They say the most dangerous people aren't the ones hiding in shadows. They're the ones smiling at you from the driver's seat, pretending they have nothing to hide. Now imagine pulling over a woman for a broken tail light, only to find death riding in her trunk. I am Detective Drayk, and tonight we're unraveling a case where a routine traffic stop became the opening scene of a nightmare. The night was quiet, too quiet. In the way city streets sometimes lull you into drunken danger has gone to sleep. Patrol pulled her over. A woman in her mid-30s, calm voice, steady hands, even cracked a polite smile at the officer's request. Nothing unusual, until he asked to pop the trunk. What spilled out wasn't groceries or spare tires. It was the unmistakable weight of silence, bodies wrapped and packed like luggage. Now here's the question. How does someone live a double life so flawlessly that it takes a broken taillight to expose the graveyard they carry with them? At first glance, the victims looked unrelated. Different ages, different lives, but patterns whisper where chaos pretends to speak. Each had faint traces of the same perfume on their clothing. Expensive, rare, something only collectors knew about. She wasn't just hiding bodies, she was curating them. And here's where I pause to ask you, my silent partners on this ride, what do you see? If you were in my shoes, standing by that trunk under the cold blue of flashing sirens, what would you think this woman's motive was? A collector's obsession, a revenge tour, or something none of us have words for? Drop your instincts below, because in cases like these, even detectives need fresh eyes. The investigation moved quickly. Neighbors described her as charming, helpful, too nice. But it's often the two that gives them away. Too nice, too perfect, too invisible. Digging through her apartment was like walking into a museum. Carefully labeled boxes, photographs, even journals that read less like diaries and more like a manifesto. She wasn't killing for anger. She was preserving what she believed the world had already forgotten. And here's the chilling part. Every victim had once reported themselves missing in a way, not to the police, but to society. Isolated, ignored, people slipping through cracks. She didn't choose them randomly. She collected loneliness. You start to wonder, what's more terrifying, the act of killing, or the idea that someone could look at broken human beings and decide to archive them instead of saving them? Now I could tell you how the trial ended, how the papers labeled her the curator killer, how the courtrooms gasped when her journals were read aloud. But maybe that's not the question you should walk away with. Maybe the real question is, how many people do we pass every day carrying trunks we never check? Oh, and before I let you go, if you found yourself following every turn of this case with me tonight, maybe that means you've got the instincts for this line of work. So consider hitting that subscribe button. Not for me, but for the record. Detectives don't leave trails in blood. We leave them in files. And I'd like your name in mine. Because in the end, the case is closed. But the thought remains. Monsters don't always hide in forests. Sometimes they drive right past you, waiting for a taillight to betray them.